Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, there's a tropical storm headed through the Gulf, up through Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri. So if you're in the path of that, I'd be kind of getting ready. We here are going to get touched a little bit by it. Not a direct hit, but enough to probably get some rain, which we desperately need. It's getting pretty dry around here and dusty, and so we're looking forward to having the rain. I know that some of you that may be more in the direct path may not enjoy it so well, but just thought I would throw that out there to remind you, because it's not been in the news a whole lot. I don't think it's super serious, but with all this other stuff in the news, that's kind of taken a back seat. Of course, what has been in the news a lot is this illegal, alien invasion, the Haitians and others that are coming in, and of course cats and ducks. That's a popular topic, because it's horrible. But I want to point out, by just throwing a few things up here on the screen, that it's not just kitty cats and ducks that are being eaten. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's not just Springfield, Ohio. It's not just with Haitian illegals. It's happening all over the country with a lot of different, and I'm getting lots of comments and lots of emails from people confirming this kind of stuff, talking about what's going on in their area, the amount of massive influx in their area of illegals. So this is something I've been warning you. This is serious, and it's only going to get worse. My gut feeling, and I don't want this to be true, and I'm not saying this just to be dramatic, but my gut feeling is that we are kind of past that point of no return. We're past that point that this problem can just be fixed. You can't say, well, we'll just deport them all. I mean, there's tens of millions of them, and they're spread all over the country, and some of them could be potentially very, very violent. Many of them could be. And so I don't think deporting them is the answer. So you ask, well, what is the answer? The answer is probably the country's just going to hit rock bottom. And through that process of collapse, there may be a fix. But I think America has forever changed because of this. I don't think we will ever again see the America any of us once knew. And I know that's extremely depressing and negative and all this kind of stuff, but I think that's the case. And so, honestly, as simple, as cheesy, as cliche, as boring as it sounds, the best thing that we've got to do is just to get ready. I'm standing here today, as you can probably see, in front of some, certainly not all. This wall goes that way with stuff, and a little ways that way with stuff, of some medical supplies. And I'm doing this as an example, showing you this as an example. Most certainly, I'm not expecting you folks to come up with something like this. These shelves, of course, go all the way to the floor, and there's 4 of them, and they're full. And then there's boxes of stuff over there, and there's all kinds of backboards and other things in the corner. This is our fire department's part of their supplies. But the reason why I'm showing you this is what the average prepper should be shooting for. Not quite probably this big. I mean, if you have the space and the money to do something this big, that's fine. But of course, we all talk about your first aid kits, right? And there's a lot of focus on IFAKs, and we don't have an IFAK, a small IFAK ready right now. We do have some other gear bags that are bigger that are ready, but I carry one. We all carry IFAKs, okay? We're first responders. We all carry IFAKs, but we also carry larger gear bags. We carry trauma bags and scene bags, or however you want to put it. Let me grab one real quick. This is one of our older bags, but it's a good example. Something like this, okay? The problem is, for preppers, for us, we can still purchase new stuff. But for preppers, you have to prepare for the fact that you may not be able to. That's part of that's why you stock up on food, right? That's why you stock up on ammunition. What if it gets to the point that I can't go to the grocery store? Maybe I can't go to the grocery store for an extended period of time. Maybe I can't go to the grocery store forever, right? Ammunition's the same way. You have to think of your medical stuff that way. If you are dependent upon that IFAC or even a gear bag like I just showed you, and that is your medical supply, it's not going to work, folks. Most of those IFACs, no matter how good they are, I don't care how good they are, they're a one-time, maybe two-time use item. I mean, that you use it once or twice, and the stuff in it's gone. You've used it all up. You know, the stuff that's in it, like chest seals and stuff, there's usually one, maybe two of them. Well, after you use that, it's done, you know. There may be a couple 4x4 gauzes in them, maybe 3 or 4, but it's gone. You need to have a stockpile of stuff. Medical is something that so many preppers miss. And the reason why they miss it is because they get sucked into buying a first aid kit, whether it's a $19.95, $19 one at Walmart, or it's a $250 to $300 IFAC online, and they feel, okay, I bought this from someone that I trust or a reputable company. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. I'm good. I don't care if you buy one of these, something like this. It's still not enough. Even this, we still go through this stuff pretty often, and one time of a certain thing, and you've used what's in here. So what you have to do is have a medical warehouse. And even this stuff, of course, we go through it much more often than the average person, but you need to buy stuff in bulk, in boxes, and then if you're able to have a place like this that you can restock, that's great. If not, if you're just keeping it in boxes, the point is, it doesn't have to look like this. The point that I'm making is that you need to be stocking up on things in larger bulk. It's actually not that expensive. Most of these items here, most of the items that you would put into a first aid bag, in fact, most of the items that you would, if you wanted to start your own medical clinic, most of those items that you would need, you can purchase online easily. You can purchase them through Amazon, in fact, a lot of them. There are a few things that are restricted to having a doctor's prescription or something like that, but the vast majority of the stuff that you need to stock up on, you can get. And it's actually relatively cheap. Big cases of, antiseptic towelettes like this kind of stuff is not expensive. In comparison, for say a little IFAC that you may spend, say, $250 to $300 on, you can buy quite a bit of this stuff. It's not terribly expensive when you buy it in bulk, and so I would strongly encourage you to be looking into that. And then there's some of the things that are restricted items. You can actually purchase as veterinarian supplies, animal supplies, a lot of times. So this is an area that so many preppers miss, again, because they buy with confidence this, little first aid kit, or maybe even a robust first aid kit, and they feel that's going to take me, that's going to help. When things hit the fan, if you're homesteading, if you're growing your own food, if you're cutting your own wood, if you're hunting, if you're patrolling your property because you feel the threat and the danger is much greater, and maybe you are actually defending yourself at times, you're going to get injured a whole lot more often, okay? And so your IFAC or your bigger first aid kit that may be able to handle 4 or 5 uses is probably going to get used up in the first 30 days. We're also going to be more susceptible to illness, not just because of, maybe water systems aren't as clean and we're not able to keep our personal hygiene up, but with the influx of hundreds of thousands in some countries and tens of millions overall of illegals, they are definitely bringing diseases into this country. I've seen proof of that. Now, they come in and they may not be affected by it because they've developed an immunity because they live in a cesspool, a sewer, some of these places, especially in Haiti. But we're not, immune to it. And so these diseases will spread. So just having this stuff, and I understand this isn't medicine necessarily, but you can stockpile your herbs and certain over-the-counter meds, much in the same way as we do here. And it is a serious thing, folks. You can have you can be as go to all the gun schools that you can go to, and you can have the $5,000 ARs and all the cool high-speed gear, and you can have 2-3 years worth of freeze-dried food stocked up, but you can get injured by a simple cut and develop an infection, and if you don't have the proper way to treat it and to care for that wound, you could die. Or you could get just a simple injury, illness that under normal circumstances could be treated. Maybe you get diarrhea and you don't have the proper medication or something to kind of take care of that. Or again, you injure yourself, a cut, you trip and fall and you break your ankle. There's all these things that can happen, and if you don't have the proper way to take care of yourself and heal wounds and treat injuries and illnesses, it's not going to last very long for you. And so I want to encourage you to get in to do that. Now, over on my locals channel, I talk more specifically about medical stuff. I actually do kind of little prepper, first responder kind of stuff, where I give information and ideas and stuff from what I do and passing it on to you. So you can go over there and sign up. I will post some first aid kit lists and equipment lists, and I also have websites that you can go to. Like I said, a lot of this stuff you can purchase on Amazon, but some of you don't want to use Amazon, and some things aren't there. So I will post links to medical supply companies that individuals can buy. A lot of these medical supply companies won't sell to you, the big ones, and it's not because you're not a doctor or something. It's or that the stuff is restrictive. They just will only sell to clinics and physicians and stuff like that. But there are some that's not the case. And so I will share those links over there. But I'm telling you, folks, better be working on this kind of stuff. All right. Need to get your houses in order. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.